Alright everybody, so today I really like making tractor videos and stuff, and I don't really have other stuff that goes on a regular basis that's that interesting to film. I'd like to start maybe doing some more behind the scenes stuff when we go out on a film shoot or whatever. But besides that, like, a lot of my day is spent editing videos and doing boring stuff behind my desk. So I'd like to shoot some more tractor videos because I love tractors and I love making videos. So today we're going to be, if you guys saw my video with me grading my buddy's driveway, what you guys didn't see because I wasn't recording at that point was I ran over a board, it flipped up, hit my exhaust, and broke the bottom of this manifold off. So if you see here, it literally just broke it cold off. A board I don't think should be strong enough to do that, so it probably was already weak to begin with. I was really scared to remove the old, I'll show you guys quick, I was really scared to remove the old manifold. I was worried that the stud would break or something, but it all came off. I sprayed some penetrating fluid, it came off real easily, and I took a razor blade and scraped up and tried to clean up the surface. Right here it's pitted a little bit, but I've seen worse in videos and things, and if it comes down to it, we'll use some exhaust stuff and build that area back up. But it didn't seem to leak before, I don't believe, so we're just going to put a gasket back on it. And I also figured while we had that apart that we would replace the valve cover gaskets, because it always seemed like oil was leaking and running down from there and all. So we're going to replace these valve cover gaskets real quick. We have the valve covers up here. I just need to get the old gaskets off of them. We have our new gaskets, which I ordered in the mail. We have our new exhaust manifold right there. We have our clamp for the pipe and the manifold and all that stuff. We're just gonna reuse the clamp and put new bolts through it. And then the other thing that I got, so about a month ago I replaced this the fuel thing, and this, because my old one was leaking, this one leaks actually worse than the old one did. So I'm gonna take this off, take some of the gaskets out of this, and try putting the new one or the old one back on here, and see if that'll fix my leaking issue, because it's kind of irritating. You can see right here when I was doing all the grading and all that stuff that it was leaking down there. So we're going to start with the valve cover gaskets. I have some dang cleaner somewhere. It's very strong though, so we'll spray some of this cleaner on here. We'll see if we can clean them up a little bit better. I don't know where in the world to set this. I don't really have a good, I have this workbench over here, but it's kind of covered in stuff. But we'll move some of this stuff off here and set this stuff up here. This old cork gasket's pretty brittle. Probably a good thing I decided to replace it. I've been slowly trying to fix leaks and things that I've noticed on the tractor. Obviously it's easier said than done. It seems like every leak I fix, there's 5 more that pop up. But you know, one day I'll get ouch. So for those of you that don't know, this tractor came from my grandfather. I inherited it when he passed away. It's probably my most prized possession that I own. I love my truck and I love our car and cameras and blah blah blah, but I love this tractor, the fact it came from my grandfather. All his life he had wanted one. He had really wanted an 8N. He'd always talk about it. He grew up Amish, so he grew up on an 8N, plowing their fields and everything. He was born back in the 40s. He actually had to drop out of school to take care of the farm. So he only went to the 8th grade, but he grew up from, like, I don't know, like 6, maybe even earlier than that, years old, taking care of the farm on their tractor. He was the oldest of all his siblings and all. And all his life he had wanted one. He had talked about getting one and blah blah blah, and one day he found a good deal on one. He offered him money and he bought it, and that ended up being the one that I have now. So it's like my prized possession. So I try to if nothing else is running at my house, I try to make sure that the 8N is running. So far I've had to drop the oil pan, fix the oil pickup tube. I've rebuilt the carburetor with parts that I had from an 8N that I had purchased. You guys probably saw the video on that. So I've been trying to do little fixes and things to it, keeping up with the oil and fixing that kind of stuff. There's still a lot of stuff that still needs done on it. Primarily like the rear end leaks. It seems like the seals leak between the engine and the transmission, but they don't leak enough to where I feel like having to separate the tractor. So I think for now we're just going to deal with the majority of that stuff and call it a day. It's old. It's probably going to leak regardless. And I know if I went through all that hassle to replace gaskets and stuff, then it'd probably need rebuild after that, and I just wasted all that money. And I really don't feel like rebuilding it. It has wonderful oil pressure. It has better oil pressure than 99% of the people in the groups I'm in and stuff. So I figure leave well enough alone. It's not like it leaks to the point where I have to put more oil or anything in it. It leaks. Okay, I'm gonna try getting a wire brush and seeing if that will help clean these out. I'm also gonna spray this one down. Not that, this. If I had brake cleaner, it would work a whole lot better than what I'm using. But I don't have brake cleaner at the moment, so make do with what you got. don't know if you guys can hear me, but it is fixed. This is the new manifold we threw on. You can see a little sliver of the torque gasket we put on around the valve covers. I don't see any leaks here, which is good. If you can see, this side of the motor is pretty oily. I believe that the valve cover was leaking before, and it was leaking down. I recently put a new oil pan gasket on. I know this leaks a little bit up here. That bolt is kind of stripped out, and I think that has something to do with it. But, I mean, as many leaks as we could prevent, I'm happy with, without having to do like an entire rebuild or anything. So we got new manifold, new gasket between the carburetor and the manifold gasket up there, new valve cover gaskets, new bolts and that and everything, but that doesn't appear to be leaking. It also doesn't appear to be leaking up here anywhere, which is good. It's still smoking a little bit. It's burning off some of the chemicals that were on the outside. It looks like the outside's clean. And if you come to this side, it looks like we fixed the leak here too. So it was leaking back here at this. I think this just came loose. So I tightened it up a little bit. It seems to be good now. And there's no drips or anything off the bottom. We replaced the gasket on this with the gasket from the new one that we purchased. And I also put the O-ring inside of here where this connects to try to keep that from leaking anymore, because it's always dripped there as long as I've owned it myself. But now you can see all the gas starting to dry up, and I also have an issue sometimes where in here it'll start to froth up and everything, but it may have been something in relation to the gas and all, because that doesn't seem to be doing that as much anymore. But besides that, it seems to be all fixed. It's quiet again, which is awesome. It's fixed. It was a lot easier to fix than I thought it was going to be. I paused the video for a second because it looked like one of these nuts was stripped out. But this one over here, it's like the stud is like shaved down. So you can't really, you have to make sure it's pressed up flat against the engine and all. But it looks really good. It would have been cool if I would have painted it beforehand, but I'm considering this a job complete. I don't know if you guys noticed my grandfather's cane. It was one piece. But when I was brush hogging once, it actually fell off and I ran it over. So it's a cool little story to keep on it. So as far as I'm concerned right now, the 8N is back to being ready to use. I'm excited for whenever I'll get to use it next. Some upcoming projects and things I'd like to fix on it is this axle seal, which interestingly enough, it looks like it hadn't leaked a whole lot outside of it. But this axle seal, I'm pretty sure needs replaced. Oh, you can see right here, it runs down, but it doesn't drain enough for me to really bother with it. That rim probably needs replaced in the near future. It sucks because this side has a good tire on it. Like this tire doesn't really have dry rot, but that rim's in pretty rough shape. But this is the rim I think that had calcium inside of it before also. So. But other than that, we are all good to go. I do need to clean them rocks out from back there at some point, but for now it'll be fine. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down below and let me know what you'd like, if you'd like to see more, and what you'd like to see me do next. I really like working on tractors. I really like making videos, so it's kind of a combination of the two. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope whatever projects you have going on go well, just about as good as mine, if not better. And I will see you guys later. Peace out, homies.